Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this week's segment of readings. Excuse me. For the main part of the reads, the tarot I'm going to use are Tarot of the Cloisters, created by and illustrated by Michelle Levitt. It's an older deck that I have. I think it was from the mid-90s, but it's by. There's also a connection to U.S. Games. I think there's a U.S. Games website if you look it up on the internet. I'm assuming it's the same U.S. Games, but this is a deck from the mid-90s. I think it's the mid-90s. Supportive Oracle cards. Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish, and I believe it's a Hay House website at the bottom there. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. I also use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 for the Fool. And I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element. Those are from mathartfun.com. The dice shop, the website is mathartfun.com, which I think you can see on there. All right. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. All right, now let's go on to your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for when they come to you, when you come to them, when you click on them, you know. All right, let's see what we have for Sagittarius as I slam down the cards. Boof. Let's get them all out before we get too excited here. I'm seeing some good cards, but I don't... Okay, now we got double cards all over the place. Not a bad thing. You got a face-down card, which could be good. Could be good. Somebody else is pushing forward what they want. Is that the King? Yeah. King of Swords. You're dealing with the King of Swords. This person, whoever this is, don't get caught up in the gender, not always favorable to you. Not always favorable. What motivates this King of Swords? What motivates them when it comes to Sagittarius? What motivates this person? Longevity. They don't really seem to think you're going to be around forever. So they keep you involved just as much as they feel like works for them. They try to make it so that you're replaceable. I'm not saying this is I'm not saying this is good or bad. I just feel like they're just trying to give the motivation behind it. It seems like that's important. Because they don't think you're a permanent piece, for whatever reason they don't think you're permanent. And if it's a job situation, it's not like they think you're going to leave the job, but maybe they think that you change roles or you're going to change roles. Could be something like that. That they keep you involved just enough to where they feel like you're helpful, but that they can replace you fairly easily. Okay. It doesn't have to be a job thing, but whatever the situation is, like, they don't always keep you involved. They don't always do things to your benefit. Maybe hardly ever, and just to be fair. They're not emotionally invested in you either, I don't think. And at the moment, things are fine. But I feel like at the same time, you know that they're not really the biggest fan. Although I'm questioning if that's what it really is. I'm thinking to you, you're like, I don't think they really like me that much. I think the way they're looking at you is they're just not invested in you being around, so they're not investing in you. I don't think that they dislike you. I just don't think that they're letting themselves get attached to you. Does that make sense? Because I don't think they have negative energy towards you, and you might be worried that they do. I don't think they have that. I just feel like they're not willing to invest. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense here, because I don't think they have negative energy towards you. And your moment to where I feel like this is one of the things that Sagittarius does really well. One of the things you might do best is when the Tower shows up, and that's the Tower, And what is this? The Knight of Cups. The Tower shows up, and this should show up. If it hasn't started, it'll start anytime now. The Tower shows up, things start to fall apart, but you notice these are half in, half out. There's like on their side. As things start to fall apart, you pop into action, you keep things from falling apart. It's hard. I feel like it's emotionally draining for you because it's kind of like, yep, here I am bending over backwards, making sure this situation works out, but I don't think people like me. Again, I don't think that person dislikes you. I just feel like they're not investing. But still, if you're doing what you need to do to make sure the situation survives and is fixable and doesn't completely go to ruin, you deserve a little bit more acknowledgement in some form, right? So it's kind of like, all right, this happens. You do what you're supposed to do, whatever you need. Like, I feel like, Sagittarius saves the day without even trying. Sometimes you just keep moving and you're like, oh, I saved the day, cool. I swear, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. It's kind of like you just kept moving and kept doing. You're like, oh, I saved the day? Okay, that's cool. And you just keep going. Sagittarius is very productive, very helpful energy. People notice this time. So I'm saying this time. Have they not noticed in the past, or have they not given you credit as much as they should have in the past? I feel like people notice this time. Ironically, that doesn't always mean that's a good thing. Queen of Cups reversed. And the Chariot coming in. Chariot's also a water card. 10 of Cups. And I do this, well. This means that people are definitely noticing. Some people are noticing it in a positive way. Some people are noticing it in a insecure way. Like, I feel like some people are insecure, kind of like, oh, there goes Sagittarius getting all the attention, even though you don't always get all the attention. This feels a little, like, it feels hot and cold. It reminds me of, like, when it's a really hot day out and walking into a store that has air conditioning, but the air conditioning is way too cold. So it's like going into something way too cold, coming out to something way too hot, and it's just kind of like, that's usually something that, like, I feel like most people see it this way, but I could be wrong. When you keep going from, like, really cold to really hot to really cold to really hot, that messes up your immune system, and people tend to get sick. But, like, so I'm thinking this isn't healthy for you. That's the point. This whatever's going on here, it's, like, really liked and really disliked. It doesn't seem like there's many people in the center or in the middle. There's people who really like you and people who really don't, but the people who don't, it feels more of a jealousy thing. It's kind of weird. I feel like a lot of this does affect you because you keep hearing things and you're trying to stay out of it. Well, what should Sagittarius do about that? If anything, release yourself from the pain. Knight of Wands. Keep doing what you do. Don't get involved in Don't get involved in the chatter if you don't have to. Try to sidestep it as much as possible. The Devil came out, but it's reversed, which is saying release yourself from other people's problems. I'm very much a believer that some people attack people not because somebody... Alright, so like if you're the person being attacked, some people are going to attack you. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't even do anything to them. They just want somebody to attack. That's it. Some people are just like that. They just want to make somebody else feel like crap, and if they feel like they can make you feel like crap, or they can like manipulate you, or do like that's just what they do. So they're saying, don't overinvest. Don't try to solve something that really isn't solvable. Sometimes it's people have like personality damage that they just you're not meant to fix that. That's a them problem. Let it stay a them problem. Try not to overinvest in other people's bad attitudes, bad behaviors, stuff like that. Disconnect from it. Realize it's a them problem, and they're just looking for a target. Because I'm sorry to say, but there's probably more people like that than not. That they're just looking for targets. They just want to make somebody else feel worse than they do. It's very toxic behavior. What is this? Please be good. Ooh! The Magician shows up. This was face down. I'm like, what's the Magician doing for Sagittarius? I think this is somebody. This is somebody else. This isn't you. This is somebody else. Definitely. They need you. This is the Strength card comes up. That can be a Leo energy. Doesn't have to be. It's somebody who's got a lot of drive and they just go. Somebody wants to pull you forward, and somebody like comes out of nowhere, quick decision, wants to pull you forward with them. So this makes sense of these other cards that are here then. Makes complete sense now. Because I saw all of a sudden things change for you with the Death card. All of a sudden things change for you. People are bent out of shape. People are bent out of shape. Oh my God. Like, oh my gosh. This with people and jealousy and just like, it doesn't mean they deserved it more than you. It doesn't mean anybody deserved anything. An opportunity came your way. You fit the opportunity. Why shouldn't you have it? This is going to get you out of a lot of stress. When this option comes in, the advice is to take it and don't look back. To just move forward, don't look back. As fast as you can switch gears, switch those gears. Don't worry about it. This is the advice, to let go of that complete situation. Don't try to like make it look pretty and nice for the next one coming in. Just whatever it is, just completely disconnect from it. Don't put any effort into it, is what I'm getting with the Queen of Wands. It doesn't mean you're doing anything negative. Just like leave it all there. Say, okay, I'm done, and then tomorrow show up at the new situation. That's what they're saying to do. What not to do is don't try to make this pretty and nice for other people. Whatever this is, this new option, this new situation, drop things as quickly as you can and just go. Just go. Don't overthink it. Don't do this. Don't try to fix things. Don't try to get in there and make it nice for the new people coming in. Don't try to like leave everything all organized and like this is where this is and this is where that is and this is what I was working on and this is how far I got here. Ironically, they're saying don't do that because the Wheel of Fortune with this Chariot card, I feel like there's ulterior motives. I feel like people are going to try to like hold you back and cause you problems. I don't see people interested in like absorbing what you're telling them. I feel, again, that energy where people just want to be a problem. And people just want to cause negativity. People just want to make other people feel bad. It makes sense why you would want to do it because it seems like it's the right thing to do. This situation, I feel like if you look closely too, you can see where this will happen, where they're just going to like manipulate the crap out of you. Let them sort it themselves. Just step out of the situation. Just walk away from it. They'll figure it out. In fact, it'll work to their benefit because they'll have to start it from scratch and then they'll do it their way and they can do it the way they want. If you show them how you did stuff and all this other stuff, they're going to find as many faults as possible. They're going to try to prove that you were the wrong person to choose for this situation. And they're just going to... The way you work and the way other people work is totally different. There's nothing wrong with the way you do things. A lot of people can't do it the way you do it. And they're not supposed to. That's fine. But when you show them how you did stuff or how you have things set up here and there and that and this and that and the other thing, they're going to just find every fault possible and they're just going to try to make you look bad, which is not fair. So they're saying just drop it, go. Drop it, go. Let them just sort it out themselves. It'll work to their advantage, ironically. For the situation, it'll work better for the situation. It will work out for the best. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but you'll bounce back real fast. So that's the advice. Take it or leave it, of course. Because you got a lot coming in this new situation that's a lot better for you. I'd rather be hanging out with this green tree than, in a dumpster, next to a dumpster, if you know what I'm following me. And this hanging out and trying to show people how to do things is like hanging out next to a dumpster. Going towards that new opportunity, let's just go, is going out and hanging out next to this tree, which for me is better. Or maybe if you're allergic to stuff like that, a really beautiful picture of a tree. Whatever works for you. What's here? 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. Okay, so this new situation, I feel like I don't understand exactly what's going on there. I try to, but I don't quite get it. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though. I get some of what's going on. I don't get everything that's going on. It's not. If for some reason, I don't think it's going to be a problem for you, even if normally you like to know all the ins and outs, because things are changing in this situation. people are working with you. The fact that you don't know everything, I don't think it's because people are holding things back, and I think you know that. I think because whatever the situation you're going into has a lot of moving pieces, and it's like, I feel like I'm a part of the team. There's certain things I know that not everybody knows. There's other things I feel like I kind of should know, but I don't, and I just don't. I don't feel like I'm upset about it. I just feel like it's such a fast-paced environment. I can't know everything. Things keep changing. So it's like, I don't know exactly what's going on here all the time, but it's more because of how it works, not because people are trying to manipulate or hold information back. And there are things here that I'm like, I definitely know more than certain other people do. And it's not like I'm trying to hold it back either. It's just I don't have time to sit down and talk about it. We got to keep going. We got to keep moving. It's a very fun situation. What is this? It is unstable. I'm going to be honest with you. It is unstable, but it also allows a lot of creativity. I don't feel like this is going to bother you. I feel like I'm trying to help stabilize it, and I'm doing what I can. I don't know. I feel like it's all right. I feel like it keeps surviving. The situation keeps moving. But the fact that it's not stable gives me something to work towards. So I don't think I'm upset with that. Very interesting change. I feel like this reading is really kind of centering on, like, you know, when your opportunity comes, just get up and go. Just get up and go. Let people say what they're going to say. Just get up and go. Oh, I'm needed. Got to go. And just, like, just go. However you can do that, just go. All right. I think we're set. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.